Today I've got a kind of big project, literally. I'm going to try to get that thing running. This is an American 25 excavator. It's a little on the big side. Over 10 feet 6 inches wide. Actually, my dad got a deal on it way back when, because you need to pull a wide load permit to move it, and the construction company that owned it didn't like pulling the permit. So it was too big to put on the road, so he got a good deal on it. Now, this actually has been running fairly recently. As you can see, the trees that are growing in the back are fairly small. So because they're not too tall, you can tell this really hasn't been sitting around too long. Now, first thing is it's not a Ranwin Park situation. Last time someone tried to start this, it wouldn't start. So I already know there's going to be an issue here. Hopefully it's an easy one. It sounded like it wasn't getting fuel, so I'm hoping it's the fuel pickup is broken in the tank or something like that. And see if we can fix that and get it working. Apparently the hornets think they live there. This excavator is powered by a 653 Detroit diesel, which, if I remember correctly, is a 6-cylinder, so it'd be a V6, and 53 cubic inches per cylinder, supercharged 2-stroke diesel motor. Now, you can see, got the exhaust there. This is one bank of the cylinders. It sits transversely across the whole unit. You can see the fan there, goes across, and then all it does is drive hydraulic pumps. Here's hydraulic pump, hydraulic filter, another hydraulic pump. There is no direct connection to the actual moving of anything. Everything is fluid driven, hydraulics. The tracks run off hydraulic motors. Everything is just hydraulically powered. So kind of interesting. You don't actually have to hook the motor to anything, just hoses. Now, whenever you think you have a fueling issue, first thing to do is make sure you have fuel in the tank, and then add some. Dipstick. Make sure all the loose stuff doesn't fall off in the tank. There is that much fuel in there. In theory, that'd be enough. But we're going to add some anyway. Need a little bit of juice. A couple of little old Group 31s should do the trick. Now, I don't expect this to actually work, so I'm going to add a little laughing gas here and give it a crank over, and maybe it'll go. Thought I heard something, so we're going to try that again. That sounded promising, but that was just on the laughing gas. It is not actually running on diesel fuel. Good thing is, oil pressure went right up. So we already have oil pressure, and we should be in good shape once we get fuel to the motor. So that's next. Alright, behind these trees here, we have what looks like a water separator. So I'm going to try cracking that open and see if any fuel comes out, or water, or what. So let's see what happens. Oh, we got fuel coming out of it. That's a good sign, which means there's fuel in there. Kind of want to see what's inside this filter here. Let's see how we take these things off. Maybe I'll take these trees out. Sorry, trees. But this is a vehicle, not a garden. Alright. Now there's a bolt in the top. We'll try cracking that loose. Maybe there's a threaded bolt all the way through the whole thing and pop that off of there. Because as rusty as that tank was, this is probably full of the same thing. I found some Industro Select wrenches. This one in a 25/32 size. Who has box ends in a 25/32? But it had a 3/4 on the other end, and that's a possibility. That'll work. We're turning it here. Come on, gasket, just come off. There you go. Alright, let's see what we got here. Huh, it's already looking kind of iffy. Also, this whole canister is empty, pretty much. So we definitely have a problem. And we have lots of rust. So we have lots of rust and an empty canister. That's not a good sign in a fuel system. Well, I dug in the stash of parts and found a manual, which is a perfect place to rest my arm on while I work, and a brand new filter. So let's put this thing in. Top the whole can off with fresh diesel. Give it the best chance possible, the least amount of air. Let's pop this sucker in there without spilling too much. I said without spilling too much. And apparently I'm going to spill a lot. Come on. There you go. You want to go in there. Now, I took off the other filter. I don't know if you can see in there, but yeah, that's packed in sludge. That's what's in the bottom of that one. Lots of it. So we're going to clean that out. Now that it's running, I'm going to take some steel wool to these cylinders. There's a lot of rust on here. I want to take off the high spots so we don't ruin the seals first time we use it. I'm going to take you inside and let you take a look at how this thing works, just in case you haven't driven one before. First, you got to climb on the tracks to get anywhere near the cab. We got a short step ladder there to make that easier. That just pops out. We've got 2 levers and 2 pedals. This lever, side to side, moves the whole cab, turns it around on the tracks. Now the pedals, there's one for each track. Forward, reverse. Forward, reverse. Easy enough. Press both forward, you go. Press both backwards, you go the other way. Press one at a time, you turn. This one, forward and back, lifts the main arm. Side to side does the bucket. You curl the bucket with that one. Front and back moves the elbow joint. It's pretty simple to operate. Everything works easy because you're just operating valves. You're not really pressing any actual things. It's just a valve opening and closing for fluid. So it's like power everything. So this is a nice, easy to drive unit. Well, I'm basically done with that excavator. I had to get it running, I had to get it moved to a better location. Where it was, there isn't really a good spot to dig random holes to show you how it works, so I'm kind of stuck with that being a boring ending. So I figured I'd add a little bonus content for you. That excavator is a hydraulic powered style that's been around for 100 years or so. Before that, there was this kind. This is a Hanson mechanical cable operated excavator. Now, you can see it has the same style bucket and basically does the same arm joints and everything as the modern excavator, but you probably saw already there's steel cables going over pulleys that do all the functions. And we have the pulleys up there going down to two big winch drums right here inside the vehicle. So let's take a look inside. Now inside, this is definitely pre-OSHA. What you've got is the operator seat. You got no firewall. There's a big flathead 6-cylinder gasoline motor. Your gauges are right behind you, so when you're operating, you never know what's going on. You've got basically giant levers that operate everything. All the drums, the winch drums, have clutches and brakes. So you have, I've never actually run this thing, so I don't know exactly what all the levers do, but basically it's all mechanical levers that operate pretty much everything. And then they have the big cable drums right next to you, so if a cable snaps, you're pretty much in trouble. And then one of the reasons my dad stopped using this is if you let go of any of the levers, the whole boom comes crashing down. So he didn't feel like it was the safest thing to operate. Now it is track drive. Those tracks are powered mechanically. There we can see the big sprockets and chains. Get a better view on this side. Big sprockets and chains that go in and drive this unit. Big rollers where it pivots. And basically everything's exposed. You could stick your finger at any moving part you wanted, and probably ended up happening quite often. Here we go. A Hanson Model 41 and capacity 13,000 pounds at a 10-foot radius. So this is a pretty hefty machine. It would be able to do some serious work, but really dangerous. Kind of like it. Looks fun. Sitting right next to this Hanson. Of course, I got a spare motor for it. And here's the output. That's doing some serious mechanical drive. No hoses on this puppy. This is back when men were men and working made you lose fingers. Ooh, even has a key in the ignition.